Peace and blessings, you guys, and welcome back to another fabulous episode of the Dear Black Woman podcast, where you all know this is a space where Black women's stories are honored, healing is spoken out loud, and our truths take center stage. I am your host, as always, Cammie Red, and it is with great pleasure that I am joined today by Dr. Kim Manning. Now, she is also another one of those powerful and courageous voices that we're featuring in the Dear Black Woman Anthology project. Now, through her contribution, Dr. Kim shares a deeply moving letter to her inner child, revealing a journey marked by love, loss, and the profound path of self-forgiveness and peace. Now, she opens up about navigating grief, honoring her emotions, and ultimately rediscovering her strength and self-worth. Kim's story is a testament to resilience, emotional healing, and the quiet power of choosing yourself. So let's bring Dr. Kim to the stage. Hello, Dr. Kim.
Hello, Cammie. Good to be here.
It is great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for just showing up and being here. Now, you've contributed a deeply personal story to the Dear Black Woman Anthology. What was the most compelling reason for you to share such an intimate part of your journey within this collection?
That's a really good question. So, I lived for many, many years with people thinking that I had one child. I have two. I have a 32-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old son. My 32-year-old daughter has profound disabilities. For a very long time, it was something that I felt, quite frankly, ashamed of. But I knew that I eventually came to learn that in order to heal myself, I had to reveal that part of me. And how that journey of raising a child with disabilities impacted me and currently impacts me to this day.
Now, you write about offering words of wisdom to your younger self without revealing too much. What kind of wisdom do you believe is most crucial for a younger Black woman to hear, especially when navigating unexpected turns in life?
I would say that no one is exempt to life's tragedies. Doesn't matter the education you have, the family you came from. Sometimes life just lifes.
Yeah.
And we're put into situations that we never thought we would be placed in. But when we're there, we have to learn how to depend upon ourselves because we have more strength than we know. And we have to learn how to depend on each other and not be ashamed to ask for help.
Yes.
Ask for
this is one of my favorite things that you wrote about. You said wisdom comes from a variety of experiences, including the hard places, the lonely places, the sacred places, the how I made it over places, the triumph places. How did embracing like that full spectrum of these experiences shape the core message of what you wrote about?
As old as I am, I'll say I'm 59. I just turned 59 on Saturday.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The big 60 next year. But in all of those years, trying to pull together all those pieces of myself. Yes, I have a lot of education. I was one of those people who just loved school. But wisdom comes from so many different places. And from so many different people. People that we least expect can speak wisdom to our lives are often the people we need to speak wisdom into our lives.
Yes.
So to become, to become that whole person, I had to learn how to take all of that wisdom and recognize it for what it is. And I'll share with you, Cammie, I'm recently married in 2023. My husband and I are very different upbringings, very different career paths. But one of the things that attracted me to him was his sense of wisdom. That did not come from formal education,
No, that did not.
did not. But again, it took me all these years to recognize, listen to the wisdom, no matter where it comes from.
Yes,
Because God has given someone or some opportunity that's going to open up to give us the wisdom that we need.
absolutely. Now, I love that. Now, you've mentioned in your story as being somewhere in the in between, a fairy tale life and a hard life, a blend of love, joy, difficulty, and loneliness mixed with triumph. What do you hope listeners or readers understand about the complexities of a black woman's journey through that portrayal? But before we even, I need to go back to something. Y'all
Okay.
notice that Dr. Kim said that she'll be 60 next year. Y'all look at her skin. You see how black don't crack. Look at that. She don't look like she even close to 40, let alone 60.
Good genes, good genes, good
Just,
genes.
just that's that melanin
See
in her
that?
skin. You see that? You see?
Well, thank you, ma'am.
No, but back to my question. What I was saying is now, what do you hope readers understand about the complexities of the black woman's journey?
For me, I think oftentimes we think our journey is going to be lockstep because so much is expected of us, and we think that our journey is going to follow this straight path. You know, you go to college, you get an education, you find the love of your life, and you get married, and you have children, and you have the perfect career. Life does not happen that way, no matter how much we expect it to. And for me, that was a trying thing to understand, because when you've done all what you consider to be the right things
Yes,
and life doesn't turn out the way you thought it should,
yes,
oh, there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of diminishing yourself, like you and I talked about a
yeah.
little bit before the podcast started. um, and you have to recognize that there is no straight path,
There
and it
is.
doesn't matter who you are. It's not a straight path.
It and the path. It's not even a curved path. It's just it's a go as it comes type of path.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have to be ready to roll with the punches,
Yeah.
make adjustments as necessary, pivot. And I can't say enough about asking for help.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I can't say enough about that.
So let me ask you this: how did the process of writing about your deeply personal and maybe potentially triggering experience impact you emotionally as you went through this process?
So my writing has been years in the making. Personal journals, diaries, etc., etc. But every time I revisit the story,
Mm-hmm.
I'm brought back to that place.
Mm,
So every time I revisit the story, there is a sense of loss, there's a sense of grief, there's a sense of why me, there's a sense of I'm going to never experience X, Y, and Z. So, although revisiting the story was triggering, it was also healing, if that makes sense.
it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Now, how do you believe your contribution to the broader conversation around healing and empowerment for Black women will be received within the anthology?
I hope that Black women come to recognize that, number one, we're not superheroes.
Right.
As much as we are told we are, or we would like to be, we are not. I would like Black women to know that there's nothing wrong with acknowledging your need for self care in terms of the mental health realm, because we all need that. And if we don't do that, we're going to find ourselves in this spiral. and we're going to keep ruminating on what we don't have versus focusing on what we do have and trying to use our gifts and talents to make the world a better place. I hope that
Yeah.
answers the question.
That does. That did. You did that. Now, within your story, you speak to the idea that choices matter,
Mhm.
options matter, your voice matters. For your younger self, for young Black women today facing significant life decisions, how does embracing their own voice empower them to choose paths that truly serve them?
That little voice that you have inside, young Black woman, is a voice that can guide you and lead you in the way that you should go. And don't ignore it. I
Yeah,
would say, young Black woman, don't ignore it. Sometimes we're made to feel, especially when we're young, that that voice doesn't matter, or we're too young to really have that voice speaking to us.
yeah,
I would say, listen carefully. And even though other people will tell you that that's not really what you heard, you know best.
yeah.
From a place of intuition, you know best. Because I know if I had listened to that voice in many different places in my life, I would have made different choices.
Absolutely. That inner voice, that intuition, that discernment. How many times do we actually just say, okay, I hear it, but do we listen to it? Most of the time we taking out matters into our own hands.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or we don't think we're, I guess, worthy enough or capable enough that we would even be blessed with having that voice speak to us,
Yeah.
right?
We're
Yeah,
I think it comes from a place of feeling like we're not deserving enough of that voice, and whatever suffering comes with it, we deserve it. And that right there is something we have to get out of accepting and being okay with. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
I think
There
we've
is no reason for us to be martyrs.
right. I was going to say, I think we've normalized the suffering part, but we need to
Hmm.
understand that
Hmm.
the suffering is not normal in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, yes. And we don't have to agree to it. I don't care what anybody around you is saying. We don't have to agree to it.
Absolutely, you don't.
And
Now,
there's nothing wrong with putting yourself first.
Dr. Kim, say it again.
There is
Self
nothing
care.
wrong with putting yourself first.
That's right. Self care is not selfish. As a matter of fact, it's actually mandated. We just don't listen to it.
That's
One
right.
of my favorite things to say to women is um, you have to use the same analogies that they give you on the plane. When
Hmm.
you're on the airplane and they say to you in the safety course, if the mask drops down, put the mask on yourself before you put it on your child. Literally, you need to save and take care of yourself before you try to save and take care of your child, your community, or anybody else, because that's
Hmm.
what's needed. Because otherwise, like, if you don't take care of yourself, then it's all for Neil. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
Now,
it's definitely not a selfish thing.
no. You convey a powerful message about embracing one's unique identity, stating that you do not have to fit in. We are fearful and wonderfully made, which I absolutely love. What freedom did you find in truly internalizing the truth about yourself?
And this is recent too. I would say in the past maybe 5 years, I would say it is so freeing to be who God created you to be and to find that space in life that allows you to do that, where you can speak boldly, speak the truth boldly with a lot of courage. Um, that was so, so freeing.
Yes.
And not having to speak someone else's truth.
Okay. I
But
love
speak
that.
your own. Hmm.
Now, you also touched upon a significant personal loss and a profound realization that followed. If we do not name it, we cannot heal from it, which is one of my favorite things to tell people, that if you don't acknowledge your trauma, there's no way that you can get over it.
Hmm.
What was the most challenging aspect of putting a name to the emotions that you were experiencing?
Hmm. When everyone else around you is telling you that your emotions aren't valid, they may not be saying it in those words or saying it verbally, but they're sending the message that your emotions aren't valid, and that we just kind of need to sweep those emotions under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge for me because I think as Black women, we've been taught, in many ways, not to talk about our emotions too much, or not to discuss family business outside of the family.
Right.
Until I did that, all the guilt, all the shame was just bottled up inside of me. So we have to, I can't say that enough, have to get it out and understand that God gave us emotions for a reason.
Okay, say it again.
We don't have to always act on them,
Yes.
but there's a reason that we have this ability to feel our emotions,
Yes.
whatever those emotions are.
Now, beyond this anthology, what drives your passion for storytelling, particularly narratives that explore
Mhm.
maybe overcoming trauma, dealing with healing? What do you hope your broader body of works communicates with the world?
I've always felt like I had a story or stories to tell. And I think that we learn from other people's stories. I'm always intrigued by hearing about other people's stories because you didn't just become the person you are today. There's
Right.
something that happened all along the way. And I hope that my story helps people understand that I wasn't always Dr. Kim Thomas Manning. I am this person who has different stories and experiences behind her, and all of those things have helped to shape the person she is today. And those stories and experiences can't be ignored. It's part of who I am. And I would hope that other women would come to embrace their stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I love it. Now, you've published personal stories before, one particular about your daughter. How does sharing such intimate aspects of your life, both in previous works and now in the anthology, sort of contribute to your own sense of purpose and fulfillment?
God doesn't do anything without a purpose,
I know.
whether it's good, whether it's traumatic. He does nothing without a purpose. And if we hold on to those things without trying to understand his purpose for it all, we're doing not only ourselves a disservice, but we're doing him a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything we do, everything we are, is supposed to be for his glory.
Right.
And if my story can help another young woman going through a similar situation, then it's my duty, it's my responsibility to share that story, and let young women know that you're not alone. You're not the only person who's experienced this.
I love that. Now, throughout the duration of your story and throughout the duration of this project, healing is a huge theme of it all. Can you share a personal ritual or daily practice that you rely on to sort of cultivate your own sense of inner peace and emotional well-being?
Cami, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. sometimes on Saturday and Sunday, as well as Monday through Friday. What do I do in those hours when it's dark and the house is quiet? I pray, I read scripture, I meditate. Um, oftentimes leading to a lot of prayer, sometimes tears, but that's my way to stay centered.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my time to talk to the creator about why he created me, what he has me to do, and to stay on the path that he has planned out for me. I could not have made it through all these years without having done that.
I love that. Now, in your personal life, we're going to talk about outside of the anthology.
Okay.
What personal experiences have been most instrumental in shaping of what your definition of empowerment for yourself as a Black woman?
Oh gosh. Hmm. Hmm. I'll say I was taught when I was growing up that we had all this power with us, right?